Rosie, you are giving a good update. Is it true that the U.S. Embassy in Nairobi has started accepting DV interviews? I have seen someone share a tweet. I can simply say yes, they have started, but still, again, it depends on the lockdown or restrictions by the government. Why am I saying that way? Because there are two things people have to understand. The U.S. Embassy in a particular country doesn't schedule interviews. No. The DV lottery interviews are scheduled by KCC, are not scheduled by the local embassy. KCC emails you as the winner that you have won the DV lottery. Everything's good to go. We have seen your documents. This is the second notification letter. Your interview date is, maybe I'm giving you an example, is 15th or is it 20th or 25th of April, let's say. So when they send that date, that information comes to you and it goes to the embassy. So the schedule of the interviews are not scheduled by the local embassies. After the KCC send that one, it's your responsibility to go to start doing the medical and processing the interview. But if the local government, the government of the country, says no one is supposed to move, to have any movement of this kind, the embassy, local embassy, will tell you that we are not interviewing people at the moment because of the lockdown restrictions which are in that particular country. So at the moment, yes, people with interviews, they can be interviewed as normal, unless otherwise those people who have the second notification in Kenya, maybe they have been told not to do the interview, but the interviews will be there as normal. As the directives from the Department of State is the priority will be green card. Whether it will be green card by lottery, green card by family, green card by work, or fiancé visa, all those are the priority at the moment. The visas which are not a priority are non-immigrant visas, unless otherwise is emergency visa. That is when you can be able to do that. But apart from that, yes, the embassy in Kenya, and almost all embassies, very few embassies, they are not doing the interview. But another thing you need to know is, the interviews are scheduled basing on the case number. Let's say the winners of the DV lottery in Kenya, let's say the first person in Kenya with the lowest case number is 5,000. Obviously, that person is not going to be scheduled the interview at the moment. The interview basing on the smallest case number going to higher. So what if the case number 10001 in Africa was in Algeria? Then the second person, let's say the number 2 was in Congo. Another person, so if the Kenya was the 3,000, was the first person, that means they don't get the interview right away. So the interview to be scheduled depending on your case number, not the government of Kenya to say, okay, now we are scheduling the interview for people in Kenya. No, the interviews are scheduled based on the case number. The smallest is case number going to the higher case number. So if the smallest case number are in Kenya, yes, they will have an interview. If they're in Uganda, they will have interview. If they're in Malawi, they will have interview. If they're in South Africa, they will get the interview in South Africa. So that is how it is. But it's not like the embassy is going to specifically say, okay, now we are making the interviews for people in Ghana. No. To be interviewed for the DV lottery in Ghana will depend on how many people in Ghana have the smallest or lower case numbers, and those numbers have been scheduled by KCC to have the interviews on those specified dates.